Now, I don't know how niggas feel when they doing the county bid and they don't turn themselves in. Because, like, yeah, I mean, you might be sitting until a court date. You might sit till a court date and then have time served and still got a sentence to fulfill. But, like, yeah, I mean, in that county bid, like, I don't know. Like, usually that's going to be under 2 years. Like, so you either going to do time served while you fighting your case or whatever. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I forget what I was going to say. But, like, I know a guy, like, I know that's what I was going to say. Like, I know it's funny, like, I've been in places where it's niggas that, like, I hate them niggas that come in and, like, yo, old head, yo, old head. Just my charges. What you think I'm gonna be doing? Like, what time you think I'm doing? And I did that on the street, like when I talk to people, and a lot of people like, and sometimes I ain't even asked. They just told me, oh, with that type of charge, you gonna get probation. With that type of charge, you gonna get this. With that type of charge, you gonna do a program. You gonna be all right. I went upstate for 2 years and still had to walk off close to 4. But like, you know what I mean? I heard other niggas like on some, you know what I mean? It don't really bother me. I don't care. I can tell you what I know. I can't guarantee you nothing, like, you know what I mean? But, you know, it's just, that gotta be like, cause I know that would probably fuck my head up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just sitting, like, and I don't even know. I don't even know if it's gonna be 6 months, 9 months to a year. I don't know if it's gonna be 6 months, 9 months, a year added to the back time or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But I do know, like, them two type of old heads or veterans that be in them positions that be like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even like it when niggas ask me, like, don't even ask me shit. Like, I don't know, like, you gonna have to do what you do, go through what you gotta go through, like, you know what I mean? And I ain't hating on nobody, like, you know what I mean? It's just, that's a part of a familiar story. You gonna, like, first bit, like, the first time I spent the night in jail, like, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't even gonna go into what happened, but, like, you know what I mean? I didn't know what was gonna happen. I ended up getting ROR'd in the morning. The second time, like, after I caught the fucking charge in 03, I got, I don't know, we got stopped by a bike cop, and, you know what I mean? So, when they took us, this is the third time. The second time I was with a homie, and my homie was in the other side. I didn't even know they brought him in before they brought me in. And he was in there like, fuck, I don't know what we gonna do. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Fuck. And I didn't even know it was him, so I'm stretched out on my cot, like, already, like, you know what I mean? We're gonna get ROR to sit out, you know what I mean? Like, we're gonna spend the night in jail, that's, you know what I mean? Not to change the system or nothing, but that's what it, like, depending on the type of charge. Like, I guess the first time I got caught, like, it would have been on some, I was like, I wouldn't say aiding and abetting, but they caught me. I did my night in jail and I got ROR, but I guess my attitude was a little different because, like I said, like, when I tell the story, I tell you, like, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't driving the car. I ain't had no work on me. Like, so the boy got out the car and ran. And I got out the car and the cop started cutting at the boy that ran. I was like, all right, so there's a wall right there. There's a gate right in front of me and I'm already toward the wall. I can't really go nowhere. It's like in that split second, I'm like, all right, so he driving, he tossed the work, he did all that, but he got away. So what can they really do to me? Like I said, I spent the night in jail. I didn't know what was going to happen, but, like, I got ROR'd. Just like when I'm 17 or some shit like that. Maybe 17, 18, some shit like that. I don't know. So I don't remember. I think, no, I guess I was like 18 or 19, one of them. So then I was 17 or 18 because that was in 98. Because, like, when I was in 2018, they was like, yeah, you got, you know what I mean, you got to check into this. And the boy was like, it ain't nothing, like, you know what I mean, like, don't call here. And I've laughed at that, like, I'm calling the court all studious and proper, and they like, nigga, what you calling me for? Like, what'd it say? I told them what it said. It said it was inactive. They, all right, then, what the fuck is you bothering me for? I'm like, okay, that's all I need to hear. Thank you, bye. But the second time, The second time, like I said, I was with the homie, and then the third time, when it was just an ROR situation, I was riding with my chick, and I guess she might have like went through a yellow light that was turning red, and there was some bike cops, and I didn't even see the motherfuckers. Like, I was in the passenger side again, like I didn't even see the motherfuckers, and I didn't see them until it was too late. Like, my chick peeped it. She was like, are those bike cops following us? Because we passed the bike cops. I seen them when we passed them, but then we were stopped at like the next light or a couple lights later, and she looking in the rear view, and she like, are those bike cops following us? I'm like, I don't know. And at the time, we had like we had some shake on us and a roach. So like, she was like, yeah, I mean, like, give it to me, I'll stash it. Like, yeah, I mean, I'll stash it on me. I'm like, no, I'll give it to me. And then I'm like, I took it, or I had it on me, and it's like, it ain't enough time to do nothing. I ain't even gonna put you in that position. Like, yeah, I mean. So the bike cops rode up on us, and they smelled the reefer, I guess, and then they pulled. This is 2004. We got a ticket for that, because I think at that time they were like made. It was like right when they made the fucking ticket them for a certain amount. But even then, I spent the night in jail. I was over in 55th and Pine, and that's the night that I don't know, because I saw on the internet that Charlie Mack said that he ain't never been to jail, and I ain't shouting out a nigga name, but somebody was on the other side. I was on the side close to the wall, I guess, and then the other boy was drunk on the other side, and I'm not, because he said on that he ain't never do a day in jail, but whoever was on the side with the computer screen judge, he was like, you know who I am? I'm Charlie Mack. You better get me. So I'm guessing it was some drunk motherfucker that was trying to get out. Like, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I ain't trying to shit on nobody's name or nothing like that, but that's what was happening, and it was funny to me, like, all night. That's all the boy kept shouting. But so anyway, the weird thing was, like, they released me ROR then, and they told me I would have to pay a fine for whatever, because like I said, the cops pulled me out, and I think they pulled her out. They checked her, and it was like, all right, you can go. And then I had a Garcia Vega tube with the roach and the shake in it, and like, they felt the Garcia Vega tube, the boy, and I forgot about this part. The boy like jumps back and he pulls his gun. It's like, what's that? I was like, what? And like, when they took me in the 55th pound, he was like, yeah, I thought you had a zip gun on you or some shit like that. That's why, you know what I mean? And I'm like, all right, well, whatever, you know what I mean? But like, again, I was ROR'd and I had to pay the fine. But he said that that's why they took me, or that's why they were so aggressive or whatever, because, like, you know what I mean, they thought it was a zip gun. Because at that time, I didn't even know what the fuck a zip gun was. I really still don't. Like, I don't know what no zip guns. I know what the 3D print and ghost guns are, but I don't know. I looked it up, but I don't remember what it was. But he said that that's why he had reacted like that, and I went and checked me and shit. So like I said, she was able to leave, and I went to the station. But the funny thing is, I couldn't even get her on the phone, because like, I ain't had no way to call her. But like, I was walking down Spruce Street towards Upper Darby, and she was driving up. Somehow we ran into each other, and I was like, yeah, I mean, but I don't know. So like I'm saying, like, and that first time, I guess, like, yeah, I mean, like, when people get caught or whatever, like, it depends on who you is, I guess. Like, yeah, I mean, like, I'm not saying I'm a super G out here or nothing like Financial Franklin. I'm about legit business, LLCs and shit like that, and therapy, like, but lived experience, like, yeah, I mean, and I'm just saying, like, I can't speak for everybody. I just know, for me, the first time, like I said, it was like, all right, so they ain't catch me with no work on me, and I ain't, even though we was in a little high speed chase, it's like, I'm not even driving, so I'm the passenger now. Like I said, when I got out, or when the next morning came, they told me, like, all right, so you come back, you look at the magazine, you pick out who you think was the driver, because I told him, like, it was some boy from school that I ran into, but wasn't really cool with, and he offered to give me a ride home. It was riding, and the boy pulled up with Hondas. So they told me that, and they said if I didn't come back, that they were going to issue a warrant. And, you know what I mean, that's just what it was. But like I said, in that split second, I was like, well, you can't really, and that's how I felt at. That had to be, like I said, that was 98, so I had to be, it was probably the summer in 98, so I had to be fucking 17, about to be 18. Um, and the crazy shit was like the boy started cutting at the boy. Then that's another story. And the boy, some other boy got kicked out of his crib because of some other mayhem. It wasn't mayhem. It was just like aftermath of like, you know what I mean. But like I'm just saying, like